Hello and welcome, race fans, to another wonderful night of action-packed racing action here tonight. And we got a brand new series all starting up, and that's the XFINITY series here for the Numb Thumbs Racing League. And boy, oh boy, do they get their season started at a great track, and it's Atlanta. And man, if you aren't sick and tired of watching the Talladega race and that super speedway style racing, we got a good one in store for you here today. But first, let's get things started off with the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have some great supporters here for the league, and man, stuff like this wouldn't be able to happen without them. Like DEPGraphics on board all season long. Go ahead, get a fancy paint job done by them. Got Track Bar Media out there as well. They've got some great videos and kind of packages to go along with it, whether it's sim or real life racing. They're you'll catch them down there at the track, as well as AdminBoxx. Also have Sim Gear Central here with us tonight. Davidson Builders. Boy, oh boy, do we have a full list of people jumping on board here to support these leagues, and we big time send out the thank you to all of you. And either way, I am Alan Brown, and I'm actually here on time today, but we got my good buddy, Mr. Alan English, who is always ready to go. Alan, we are live with another league, and we're getting ourselves ready for some more plate-style racing here at Atlanta.
Well, you're going to see a lot of familiar names here, too. This is another series in the Numb Thumbs Racing League. We also do their ARCA series and their Cup series, but the XFINITY series kicking off tonight. A mostly super speedway schedule. We're starting out on the new Atlanta, which runs a lot like a super speedway type, pack race and stuff like you would think about when you think of a Talladega or a Daytona or something like that. So really looking forward to the race of this season. Can't wait to get started with you guys.
Absolutely. It's down there on pit road. He's the invisible man right now on camera, but I know he's here with us, Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, we heard about a little bit of fighting going on in the real world tonight at Talladega, and I know you're probably hoping for some of that here tonight.
Man, I am playing Invisible Man. I gotta get a new camera. This whole setup is a sham. See, Spam is already with us. That's cool. Yeah, fights were happening in real life. I hope we see some fights here. It's the opening race for this XFINITY series, Numb Thumbs Racing League. It does run like a after the repave, I think we're running it just kind of like a plate track, so it ought to be awesome, man. For one fast repair, 70% fuel, 5 sets of tires, 25 incident points, you're going to be DQ'd. And it's hotter than hell. It's like 128 degrees on the track right now. So see if they can keep that thing stuck to the ground here tonight.
Absolutely. Looking at that race info here at this quad oval of Atlanta, and boy, oh boy, you aren't kidding. It is hot out there with the sun shining and baking this new asphalt. These guys are going to be in for one heck of a ride, bringing us down to that key to the race. And kind of, it sounds simple, but man, it's going to be tough, and that is to keep it tight. We've seen 3-wide action here before, and this is much, much, much narrower than either a Talladega or Daytona.
Yeah, it's going to be tight, and you know, these guys are now in this Xfinity car that has quite a bit of power. Doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of downforce. It can be a handful, especially once you start getting everybody grouped together, start taking some air off each other's noses and stuff like that. It's going to be an animal. It's going to be a handful out for these guys.
Yeah, these are, I think, in iRacing, probably the most difficult cars to drive. I think you'd probably agree with me. It's tough, and it makes it challenging, and the best driver usually comes out on top on something like this. It's a little bit like a super speedway, but it's not. This is probably one of the more challenging tracks out here on this series tonight we're going to watch.
That is right, as these drivers head on out for some qualifying. Got some new names, got some old names, and looks like it's going to be a nice big full field here tonight as everybody tries to set the fastest laps that they possibly can and get that good starting position. We saw there Albert Anderson in his 747 changing up the paint a little bit back to his red, white, and blue. Got Anthony Williams out there. No relation with me and David E. Brown that I know of. They're driving around there, but you know, Brown's always got to stick by the last name there.
Yeah, I want to thank people who are already chiming in over there in the YouTube chat. Officer Love's back with us again, saying let's go racing. HBR TV letting us know that it was a little bit glitchy there at the beginning. Kind of have to refresh that screen every now and then. I don't know why YouTube will hang up like that sometimes, but I was watching on my side. I didn't see the same thing. So
you got to pay your internet bill.
Got to pay the internet bill.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Ray out there pulling for us, Stubblefield out there. Stub Nation is out there once again tonight. Jennifer Ray, Lauren Stubblefield, Jason Kraft is out there pulling for APX, Team APX out there on the track. And Casey Jones saying, hey, y'all, how y'all doing this fine Sunday night? It's always great when we can come on here and hang out with you guys, talk about racing, and bring some, hopefully, some pretty close racing to you guys tonight. This is, I don't think I've seen the Xfinity cars run on this new pave of reconfigure of Atlanta yet.
No, I haven't. I am looking forward to that. A lot of horsepower, a lot of drama, hopefully, and a little bit of anger and hate. Let's just hope for all those things, and that'll make a good race right there.
Yes, indeed. As the 14 of Cody Williams is currently sitting on top of that leaderboard right now. Still a bunch of drivers yet to take to the track, and of course, I got a good chunk of them joining us here with the face cams as well, so you get a real life perspective on some of these drivers. You saw earlier there, you had Zeth Hawley driving that 48 machine. Right now, here's 00 Joe Bennett putting in some qualifying times right now. He's joining us on those face cams. We also have, let's see, Derek Welch, Tom G. Wilson, and Vince Short all out there running the face cams here tonight. So we thank you guys. We love it. We love seeing the backgrounds that some of y'all have, because we have the extent of what we've seen from the Paul brothers over there at Vigilante Racing League, and they've got all that crazy race memorabilia and all that kind of stuff all put up there to just Seth Hawley and Earl Evans basically just seeing the backside of their bedroom.
Yeah, it's always cool to see everybody set up with a camera and some are more extravagant than others, you know. Another thing that's cool out here is the paint jobs. Look at Durkee at their Goat Patch Brewing. When are we gonna get some of that Goat Patch Brewing, English?
What car's he in?
Well, he's still at 13. He hadn't run one yet.
13 tonight. Okay. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Goat Patch Brewing.
No, it sounds good.
Or what kind of beer they have, man? I might have to look that up.
Yeah.
Patch, I like that.
But as usual, a lot of good paints. A lot of them done by DEPGraphics, our sponsor for the night. So that's always cool to kind of incorporate all those paints.
DEP, the guys over there running DEPGraphics, they said that when they started sponsoring races and stuff, not just for Numb Thumbs but others as well, that their business about tripled. So they're painting a whole bunch of cars, and I'll tell you what, I haven't seen as sharp a paints from anybody else I've seen out at DEPGraphics. They really do it great.
Man, you are definitely not kidding, as we got just under 4 minutes left here in this qualifying session as drivers try to put their best laps down. Let me reorder some stuff here. Give me a second.
We got the tower covering up our driver key.
It's what I'm...
Okay, you're on it.
Yeah, he don't need your help. I mean, what are you doing?
Hey, I
He's
didn't
the
know if
guy
you
that
noticed,
controls
man.
He controls it all.
He's got his hands full. I thought he needed an extra
No,
set of
we
eyes.
could fly this thing up into space right now if we wanted to. We're just the two dummies that go along with the ride.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about that, as Derek Welsh on out there. Here comes Jamie Abrell putting some laps down in that 33 machine. He's marked, I think, the 20 right now tonight. We were warned that, you know, first night, people need to, you know, get their numbers in line and all that. So that might be a little bit of confusion out there tonight. But going forward this season, I think we should be A-okay.
Just what we need, more confusion. English.
Enough as it is.
Yeah, that little thing we just did, it felt like we were in that movie Strange Brew. We were kind of, you know, I wanted to call you a hose head, eh?
Take off, hoser. Well, look here. We got 34 cars registered for this deal. They're out there making some qualifying laps now. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple others join right before the cutoff. I know that I think they have a few more drivers registered for the league than 34. I think we got more than that out there, but we will see. I'm looking forward to this. I love Xfinity cars, and you know, we raced together some in Xfinity League, and that car really is a handful, and it drives so much different, not just from the ARCA car, but it drives totally different from the Cup car at most tracks as well.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a brick, you know. Is that the one where you hit me in the turn 2 Pocono?
Yes.
Or was that ARCA?
No, it was Xfinity.
It was Xfinity, I believe. Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, so he didn't know what he was doing with it, did he, Brown? He just put it right in his teammate's side, pushed him up the track.
Hey, I went to that tunnel turn about 20 miles an hour faster than I was supposed to.
I think so.
Led right up the track and collected both.
These are difficult to drive, even for somebody that's driven them a bunch. But that makes kind of the fun. Like, you know, the skill comes out here. Not just turning left. There's a lot of brain power and mental strategy and all that stuff going on. Just not a bunch of dummies turning left. There's more to it than that.
Casey Jones said they're pulling for the chef out there, Matthew Jones, who's out there getting a lap or two in. So far being scored 28th, that's 66 machine. Rebecca Davis is here for Stub Nation and APX. Thank you, Rebecca, for joining us. Eddie Rose, pulling for them HBR boys out there, Carson and Vince. Helen joining us once again, of course, a member of Stub Nation as well. And Lauren's got the proposal out there already saying, are we going to do shots for all the cautions? So work that out amongst yourself there, YouTube chat. It'd be something if we can get more people in the chat involved in that little activity.
Yeah. I mean, why not? It's Sunday
It
fun day.
didn't say a shot of what. So, I mean, if you don't partake in the old white lightning, you can do shots of something else, I guess.
Yeah, well, some of us have to go to work in a couple hours, and even then, after that, I gotta go play a golf tournament, so shots aren't happening on my end, I can tell you that. But what I can tell you is tonight's starting grid, we get started with the 14 of Cody Williams getting pole position, with the 23 of Mark Collins right there beside him. 32 of Nick Biddy is going to start in third, with the 48 of Seth Hawley starting beside him there. The 31 of Scott Milner, 31, is going to start here in fifth, with the 15 of Vince Short, and he's probably got a whole crowd of bar people cheering for him here tonight. He's going to start in sixth. Got the 03 of Dylan Bryant starting in seventh, with the 1 of Mr. Bogus himself, Derek Welsh, in eighth. The 29 of Paul Ferdiani, the gambling man, starting here in ninth, with the 26 of David E. Brown starting in the top 10.
Row number 6 is going to be the 4 of Anthony Williams on the inside, and Tom Wilson in the 21 on the outside. Row number 7 is going to be the 84 of Josh Bittner. Good to see Josh over here running. And Timothy Stubblefield to his outside. Row number 8 is going to be the 72 of Carson Conway. He won a race earlier this week, late last week. So looking to see if he can pick up a win in an Xfinity car as well. 00 Joe Bennett running in, let's see, he'll start outside row number 8. The 2 of Jacob Cochran and the 9 of Joe David are going to make up row number 9 and rounding out your top 20. And in row 10, the 34 of Peyton Aldridge and the 551 machine of Matt Layton.
Yeah, 67, Nathan Stanley. He'll start 21st. And the number 12, Chris Klein. I guess is that the actor? Maybe. 22nd. 77, Mike Corriveau, 23rd. Number 5, Jason Kraft will be 24th. 747, Albert Anderson, America's driver, will be starting there in 25th place. 726, Michael Cole will be 26th. 33, Jamie Abril will start 27th. 66, the chef, Matthew Jones, will be 28th. 20, Justin Lawson will start 29th. The 13, Paul Durkee in that goat brewing machine will be 30th. 8, Brandon Coleman will start 31st. This is where it gets a little confusing. Tom Barish, 32nd, looks like in the 55. Alexander Sharp and Kenneth Stocks will round it all out there.
And that is your starting field here tonight as we get things stacked up, racked up, and are ready to rumble. Lights on that pace car are off, which means we're going to get going here in just a few seconds. Appreciate it there, Jessica. Nothing like Sunday night racing with y'all, man. Like I said, Sunday is a perfect day if you aren't ready to say bye-bye to NASCAR for the night. Well, here we go. We got some bonus racing action for you here tonight as they go and take the green flag for the first time at Atlanta. Side by side, they rumble on down through the quad oval and into turns 1 and 2. We got that 14, Cody Williams, way out in front. He's going to allow that 32 with Nick Biddy keep on pushing him right behind him there. And then behind him, we got the 23 of Mark Collins. He's side by side with that 31 of Scott Milner right now, as it looks like both lanes just now starting to really form up.
Yeah, these guys with a pretty good start here. Guys already trying to find out where they want to run here. Whoa, we got a car spinning on the inside. 551. Ooh, he hit the wall right where the pace car's at.
Ooh, I thought they were going to survive not having a caution. Oh, look, people slowing down, hitting the wall as well. Stanley, 267, one of those guys.
Who got into it with Matt Layton back there?
Have to look.
Yeah. A blue and yellow car, maybe.
And it looks like that was the 34 machine of Peyton Aldridge getting up into him there. Both cars going for a wild ride Then let's go ahead and look for some of that checkup action that you guys were talking about. And yeah, coming out of the corner, just everybody kind of all scattering around there. Looks like for the most part, everyone did okay though.
Yeah, Matt.
Impact.
Really hit the wall hard.
Him and the 34.
They wall grabbed him. They wall grabbed him like we've seen so many times before with this damage model with this car. Kind of goofy, but he's probably gonna have to use a fast repair, I'd imagine. Not a good feeling on this early.
Aldridge, I think, will have to also. Yeah, Lauren Stubblefield said that was quick.
Yeah, and
taking their first shot already.
What do you think, Brown? A bunch of this is going to happen? I don't particularly think so.
You know, you got people racing with each other for the first time, not quite used to each other's racing styles. I mean, plus also the first night of racing for some of these guys, you know, kind of shake off that rust. Difficult car, difficult track. You know, we'll give that one we'll call it a mulligan. How about that?
Opening race jitters. Yeah, give him a mulligan.
Oh, I love a mulligan. I usually use about 5 of them per 9. That's not legal, but I think it helps when you're playing golf.
I thought
you just write whatever number you want down, don't you?
Well, I mean, I try to do the right thing. You know,
that's why they make
to be fair and balanced.
That's why they make erasers, Turner. Come on.
Exactly, and they put them on that little golf pencil they give you in the golf cart. It has an eraser on it.
Well, quick early first caution here tonight. These guys are going to go around a couple more times before getting back ready to go. We've seen a few people head on down into the pits. Josh Bittner, Mike Corvo. You got Justin Lawson, Paul Durkee, Brandon Coleman all putzing around out there. Maybe thinking, you know what? Got a freebie. Let's just go ahead and go way to the back. We don't want to be a part of any caution that might happen up at the front. And bold strategy call is Turner. How many fast repairs these guys got tonight?
Only one. They're showing only one in this league, which that's going to hurt, especially when they're running. I think next week we're at Dega, then Daytona. I mean, unless they change it week to week, one fast repair is not very, you know, it's going to be hard to manage, especially at some of these faster tracks we're at.
Guys already lined up side by side once again, getting ready to get back after it. Here. Looks like Albert Anderson's up 6 spots. So is Jamie Abrell. And Tom Barish is up like 9. So there's already some guys trying to move up through this kind of attrition positions so far. You know, only a couple of laps run under green here. Positions are positions, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, Josh Bittner in 84 is down 17. I didn't see what happened to him.
He's been cycling in and out of the pits here. He's been I think he wants to be out in the back right now, not feeling comfortable up at the front, which is okay as the field makes its way to the exit of turn number 4. That pace car is going to make that dive on down into pit lane as we get back up and running. Green flag racing here from Atlanta. That 14, Cody Williams, getting another great restart here. He's leaving a lot of people in the dust here, especially that top line. That top line dang near didn't get going. It looked like maybe their throttles weren't working quite right. So we're going to have a little bit of time before this massive just mob of traffic starts to catch back up with the leaders here.
Yeah, the 31 Scott Milner in that hot tamales machine there. It looked like he had a huge gap in front of him there, and may not have gotten into gear or something, and kind of run off and left. A little bit of a checkup behind him on the restart, but it looks like everybody's running pretty good now.
Yeah, side by side, they trundle on along as that 32 of Nick Biddy starting to move up a few spots. He's trying to, as we got some slicing and dicing going on in the back. The 726 of Michael Cole, trying to rejoin the track, gets up into Matthew Jones, and we're going to have probably another caution here as Matthew Jones, the Ghost Kitchen chef, going for a wild tumble there in turns 3 and 4.
Joe David got hooked up into that in a bonefish car. Ooh, that was ugly.
Tom Parrish able to make it through there, it looked like, didn't he?
Yeah,
I don't think he touched nobody.
Well, this track is real fast. There's no bumps, nothing crazy. Smooth sailing, but
A little neck.
yeah, it could have been.
No. Yeah. That was a side-to-side contact there.
It was, as we can watch from that perspective of that 55 of Tom Parrish, you can see the traffic spinning out in front of him. Perfect distance away to shoot up the gap and make it clean on through.
Yeah. Good driving right there.
Yeah, he did a great job there in that Numb Thumbs number 55. Well, fill us in on the Talladega fight. I didn't see it today.
It's Talladega. There's almost always a fight. So
It was really,
just assuming.
it wasn't a fight. I mean,
I thought we had fist fight.
No, but it was a really good battle, and it was pretty clean for the most part. But maybe we're going to see some frustration here. It's the first race of the season, so everybody's kind of tame right now.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of it. I had it on my TV while I was trying to take a little nap this afternoon, and Joey Logano had his little roof camera on there, so I was following along watching that. And of course, he started way in the back on one of the stages, fought his way back up through traffic, and then a wreck happened, and you couldn't see it because it happened behind him.
Oh. Well, he probably caused it anyway, you know. It's just how he is.
Who won on Saturday? Was it Matt DiBenedetto?
Yeah, I believe the burrito.
I think I heard that. Yeah, the burrito. He finally got one of them.
In a truck race. He's the truck.
So the
driver.
truck race? Oh, okay, trucks. Okay.
He drives
I
a
thought it was
truck.
Xfinity. He's trucks.
No. Oh, Ken Stocks looks like he didn't grid. He is our race control tonight. Good for him. He's handing out penalties, which is what I like to hear.
Hammering them guys.
You got to keep these guys in line, man. You're getting a little out of hand a little early. We got 10 laps into a 120 lap race. Let's hammer these guys when they make mistakes.
Yeah, I think he just gave an EOL there to the person who calls the race there. It looks like Jamie Abreu manually disconnected, and now he's reconnected. I think Jamie Abreu's got a connection issue that's trying to resolve here.
It happens. I mean, internet is crazy.
77 of Mike Cordovo with a black flag. I'm not sure if that was a passing under yellow or a speeding or what, but the 77 still has a black flag right now that they're going to have to serve.
They will, as the field's all stacked up and ready to go here once again, as we are live from Atlanta. The 14 and the 32 going to start side by side, and it's going to be interesting to see here when these guys get off and running, if that high line is going to get that big checkup like we saw that last restart. But nonetheless, here we go. It looks like everybody getting a much better restart there as the 14 shoots off down and across the line into turns 1 and 2. Man, that 14, he's got those restarts on lock. You got that painted 33, but the 29, Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, he's up there in second right now, just trying to chase down that race leader of Cody Williams, as he's got some traffic on his outside. The 03 of Dylan Bryant trying to fight his way back up to the front here as everybody starts to regroup back up into this massive pack of cars.
Well, I've fallen in love with this tower, this TV tower camera, because it zooms in and zooms out for me all the way around the track. It's really coming in handy for me. I can tell what turn they're in at all times. So I'll be a little bit less confused tonight. But here we go, side by side, the 48 and the 2. 48 with a huge run on the outside. I think some guys, that's the preferred line for some of these guys out here, is the outside line. We're seeing some passing going on. That lower line it doesn't look like they can carry the momentum, especially coming off of turn 2. Watch them as they come out of turn 2. The outside line just gets a huge run on them.
Well, the track is even getting hotter. It's 133. I don't know if that's having any effect on these guys out here right now. But they look
Atlanta.
Looks smooth as ice on this new surface, really.
Ooh, so
Atlanta living up to its name.
someone making their way on backwards through the field here, maybe not enjoying the racing going on up at the front, as basically you got this lead pack here, which is being cut off right around where Albert Anderson and Derek Welsh are, and then you got a little bit of a gap, little bobbing and weaving there in front of them, as the looks like the 72. Yeah, the 072 of Carson Conway, doing a little bobbing and weaving right now.
Alec Sharp joining us over on YouTube saying, "Let's go, Chef." He said, "If the Chef doesn't win, it's rigged for sure."
Well, you care to make it interesting? Here's what we need to do, like your local beer joint I go to. You put everybody's number in a hat, and you just draw numbers. Everybody throws $5 in, and the number that wins is the winner. Then we know it's
that's
not
one
rigged.
way to do it.
Yeah, that's a fun way to gamble, even though it's illegal in some states. So, makes it more fun, a little gambling on racing. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, we used to do that. We'd have NASCAR parties at my house when I was single. We'd have a bunch of guys come over. We'd pick 3 cars, and then you add up their finishing positions. Whoever had the lowest number won the pot.
What? Okay, that's an awesome deal, but why do you have to do it when you're single? I don't like the way you.
Well, that's what we had. Me and my roommate, we always had a house full of fellow military guys that didn't really have anything else to do on the weekends.
Sounds like a recipe for fun.
Oh yeah, it was fun. NTG Trucking says, "Hey, everybody, smash that thumbs up button and show AAA some love. We sure appreciate you, man. Yeah, if you like what you see on our channel, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the racing action that occurs throughout the week." Sorry about that, Turner. I had to get that in there.
Oh yeah, well I'm watching the 72 of Carson Conway. He's just kind of all over the place, but he's still sitting in 10th place. Little air coming off the other cars, kind of throwing them around a little bit, but making for some fun racing up front.
Track Bar Media number 72. You can't miss that car. That's a brightly colored painted machine. That purple and safety green out there.
As the 14 of Cody Williams continues to lead laps here from Atlanta, finally getting some green flag laps run here tonight. Got David E. Brown in that 26 machine. He's running up front right now pretty good, trying to push that 14 on around here. He's fighting with that 03 of Dylan Bryant on the outside line. Got a whole bunch of people on up here. Paul Ferdiani, Anthony Williams, Double O, Joe Bennett. So we got a stacked field up here at the front.
Well, couple cautions kind of got the jitters out, I guess, and these guys are kind of hitting their stride now. We've got a few green flag laps in the books here finally.
Yeah, look at Albert Anderson. He's got that America's Driver paint back on the car, 747.
Nice.
New number, same guy. He's had some good results under that number. He's up 12, looking really sharp so far.
Check out the one of Derek Welsh, that NTG gaming machine, pulling up behind the 48 of Zeth Hawley in that Lowe's car. They're running the outside line, and they are passing cars out there. So Joe Bennett in front of them, Double O Joe in that. What paint is that? That's a new paint for him. And he's riding behind the Gambler, 33 of Paul Ferdiani in that World Series of Poker Chevy Camaro.
Yeah, they're about to come up on the 77 of Mike Corriveau. The lead pack he is going to get lapped, and we'll see how that works out for this lead pack. They're moving in quickly on him.
Jessica Stubblefield on again tonight, pulling for those drivers on the APX Motorsports team. That's Jason Kraft, Peyton Aldridge, and Timothy Stubblefield. Sure do appreciate our fans out there. They never let us down. Show up every time we have a race and pull for their drivers, and love having them.
Is Stubbs out of the main group right now? He does have that 55 of Tom Barris there with him to kind of help them tow themselves along. They're only about a second and a half off of the back of this main pack. You got Chris Klein and Josh Bittner having a little bit of a battle up there.
Here we go. They're making the pass on the lap traffic here. Hopefully pans itself out. Lap traffic going below the line. Looks like a good
Okay,
move, like 77.
I was going to say, we got all these guys too wide. You cannot really go 3 wide here to avoid lap traffic.
It's not a wide track, but it is a fast track.
Of that, you are not kidding. I was talking to Derek here a little while ago, and he was saying they were running like some practice races, and he and some other guys, man, they were able to hold it 3 wide for about 4 laps straight. Oh, as we got a car up in the wall.
Ferdiani's in the wall. That's Ferdiani. Here comes Double O Joe right up behind him, nowhere to go. He's going to have to let off big time.
Ooh.
Now he's scraping the wall.
Oh, and there goes the 84 Bittner. He saves it. Yes, he does. Great driving there from the 84, saving it from disaster, avoiding that caution flag. Unfortunately, all of that all stacked up there right in front of him, as here comes, I think, some more lap traffic right now going up to that high side. They're scraping the wall as well.
Oh, 3 wide. Golly, man. Yeah, that was kind of scary for a second. Mark Collins in the 23, kind of caught in the middle there. That Friday the 13th painted Toyota. Jessica Stubblefield says, "Shoo!" Yeah, that was that was a close one there. Peyton McGowan said, "Good work, buddy." Yeah, way to hold on to it. Peyton, of course, here cheering on the 84 Bittner.
Bittner's got a little dent in the back of his car, but he's still right alongside there 22nd. Twitter handle at Bittner Racing, 2 T's, Bittner Racing. So check him out on the Twitter machine. I mean, they kicked me off of that a long time ago. I don't know why.
I've never been on. I don't know how to use it.
Well, they told me I didn't like I wasn't going with the conduct, you know. Got to go community.
They're trying to
guidelines.
censor you. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then these guys came to my door, but I don't want to talk about that.
Well, after all of those little checkups and whatnot, things have kind of spread on out. A little single file action. We see a little 2 wide going on out there, kind of up at the front. You see the one of Derek Welsh. He's still hanging around on that outside line. Looks like he's going to be maybe picking up some help here. But could this be what's happening here with this hot track temp is that we're seeing this thing kind of turn into not quite like the old Atlanta that we saw, but definitely not the super speedway style racing that we've seen here in the past races that we have broadcasted.
Well, you know, the old Atlanta, the surface was so rough, it just shredded tires like a cheese grater. And this brand new surface, it's not going to do that. But with these really hot temps, they're not getting the grip they normally would out there.
Yeah, no, great point, both of you. I was watching these guys like Anderson. I'm watching. It looks like he's almost on skates right now with the tires. I think that is playing into effect. How hot it is right now is definitely making it feel like the old Atlanta. We're not seeing the super speeds we've seen with this resurface, and I think it is playing into this race, which is interesting, because we haven't seen that before.
Well, Adam, what do you do to help save tires here? Does running the outside line help you here? Because I mean, the less wheel you're having to put in it. Like Anderson on the inside, he's trying to stay down on that white line. He's having to put a little bit more wheel in it than, say, the 48 of Zeth Holly, who's riding around on that outside line the whole time.
I mean, I guess you could say that a little bit, but pretty much all going to be on the same playing field. The heat is taking it out of them. Yeah, I mean, it's a team issue. Work it out with your team, your teammates, your friends, and hopefully that'll help you, kind of complete your goal here is to win this thing. It looks like Anderson moves up to the outside. Man, interesting strategies going on with this heat on the track.
Well, I saw you had that Tom Wilson you had highlighted there with the face cam.
I did, yeah.
The 21, he's down 7 spots, but he's still in the top 20.
We got 3 wide, almost 4 wide going on up here at the front, as we had a little bit of a shake-up there, a little bit of a checkup. All of this happening right around Dylan Bryant, Derek Welsh, and Nick Biddy. Woo,
mercy.
Lord, that was close.
That was some good awareness by those guys to stay off each other there. I can't believe that didn't end up in a big wadded bunch of equipment.
Yeah, you guys couldn't see it, but I was watching the driver cam there for that one of Derek Welsh, and man, he was just shaking his head. He was, I don't know if that was of disapproval or of just, man, oh man, how did we make it out of that one? As he has the 48 trying to push his rear end right now on back up here to the front. Side by side racing action going on here at Atlanta. 34 laps now in the books, as these guys have 120 total to do here. Oh, little bob and weave there from that M&M's machine down onto the Lowe's machine of
Seth Holly. Yeah.
Seth Holly. It's Michael Cole having a bit of an issue down there on the apron. He's able to get it towed back. Let's kind of lone car all alone, just drifting out a little wide. Hard impact into that inside wall. Ooh, that was very close to having an issue there for the leaders as they were coming on around, but at least able to stick it down there on the apron. So Michael Cole in the 726 not having the best nights of tonight.
Well, that we've seen that happen at Charlotte. When you're coming back onto the front part of the track, coming out of turn 4, because that wall just kind of comes out of nowhere. And it kind of happened to him right there. It looked like he just slid up into that wall, pancaked it, and then went all the way to the inside. And that car hit it a ton. That was a hard impact. Ooh. We got a yellow flag out now.
Tom Wilson having an issue here on the front straightaway, and I got a feeling that's going to be the same kind of thing that we just saw. Just pushing out of the corner just a little bit. And let's see here. Oh, he was up into the wall in turns 3 and 4, which got him loose, and he fought it all the way down through 3 and 4 before finally just completely losing control of it and locking it down there right next to pit road entrance. Really not too badly damaged there for the 21 machine, but definitely a wreck that just kept on happening. But I expect we're going to see some pit stops here.
So is that like what Casey Jones said? He said that's hot asphalt right there, you think? I don't know. Tire wear combined with the hot temps? Yeah, he just lost it. And it's a little bit of curse of the broadcaster, probably. We were just talking about him, so probably our fault.
I think it's all the above. We're still sitting at 134 on the track, so the hot asphalt.
Oh,
for
man.
Sure. You've run those tires the entire race up to 30-something laps. I mean, they're going to start to wear down, and that super hot asphalt will, cause you some issues. But perfect timing for everybody to get some new ones, because they're down there on pit road getting new tires. Everyone.
So the way iRacing works, when you set up a session like this, and everything's simulated, of course, and the weather and everything, the simulated date is May 15th at we're right at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I mean, you're talking about heat of the day, right at the beginning of when it starts really getting hot down here in the South, and that's what they're simulating out there on the track is really, really hot asphalt. These guys are already having quite of a time with it.
I mean, is it just that's the default date, or do you pick the date, or does it just randomly pick a date?
I think if they have iRacing generate the weather and generate track state and stuff like that, I think iRacing picks the day.
Okay, so it could be
I
any
think
day.
it's
they just
yeah, I
pick it.
think so.
Well, it's kind of
Because-
cool that throws something else into the wrench of things.
Yeah, because if you think about it, they're simulating NASCAR racing. They don't want it to be, January 2nd at New Hampshire or something.
Well,
they wouldn't be able to do that.
Why not throw some studs
Some
in
tire
there?
chains.
Throw some studs, some tire chains. We'll go ice track racing. That ain't too bad. I'd be down for that, man. That'd be exciting to watch. Actually, it'd be more exciting if they just kept the racing slicks. But
Yeah, well, if they might as well do it. Hell, they've done everything else. We're racing at college football stadiums and everywhere else, dirt in Bristol. Well, let's do it at New Hampshire in the wintertime.
Didn't the Raiders used to play there back in the day? I think
Yeah, they did. Sure did.
Coliseum. I think that's what it's called.
oh, I have no idea. What I do know though is we're gonna have the 14 of Cody Williams up at the front with the 1 of Derek Welsh side by side. You got the 03 and the 26, Bryant and Brown starting side by side right behind them. Hawley, Biddy, Short, Anderson, as well as Collins and Kraft all up inside of this top 10 for this restart here. Going on to lap number 40, which means we're about a third of the way through this race already. And man, I like these quick caution laps. It's kind of a pain because you finally get calmed down enough where you can maybe talk to somebody, but then they're stacking up ready to go, and we really don't want to distract nobody as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a second. And there we go. Another great restart there for that 14 machine. He's going to jump out to a big lead. The 1 of Derek Welsh looked like he might have wanted to try to tuck down into that bottom line, and it looks like he now will, as that gap between the 14 and the 26 opened way up. And they now picking up the speed. Here comes that 1 on the outside. He's going to have some help here. The 26 of Brown looking to help push that number 1 machine around that 14. Man, that 14's led enough laps, and I'm sure these guys are sick and tired of it.
Yeah, the 15 didn't get the best restart in the world, but he's got Nicky out there cheering for him, saying, "Go Team Vincent Short." Holler Boys Racing. Casey Jones talking about how, yeah, when them tires get hot, they get gooey and slick, and it's you lose a ton of traction.
You are not kidding us. These guys get back up to speed in a hurry here. Heading down through 3 and 4 and back across the line. Derek Welsh with a nose out in front of that 14. I think he officially led that lap, so the 14 finally does not lead a lap, but you got the 26 of David Brown still trying to get that 1 all the way completely in front of that 14 machine. You got that 747 of Albert Anderson up 20 spots up here inside this top 5, hanging around in the bottom line right now, just kind of waiting for his chance to pop on out there and get out in front himself.
Tom Barish, another one of those guys. He's up 20 spots into the top 12 right now. That number 55 Numb Thumbs gaming machine is making a lot of headway using that outside line mostly.
Yeah, Bidner in the 84 is making a lot of moves, sitting there 19th. Looks like he's faster than the guys in front of him. He's just trying to get around them, which is very tough here.
Josh Bittner in the 84, that 84 machine, did he use a fast repair and fix that? Because that back deck and spoiler were all tore up. Now it looks like it's all straightened out. So he may have burned his one fast repair in that Ford Mustang.
Or he let him bang it out. It's hard to tell. We won't
That's
know.
hard to tell.
I wish we could gauge that from up here, but we'd just be guessing at that point.
Somebody just coming down the pit lane there.
That was
looks like Matthew Jones.
Yeah,
Chef
Boyardee coming down into the pits. Maybe not liking how his car is feeling right now. Just as we got someone else coming out of the pits, they're going to be down there on the apron as this mob of traffic comes on around them here.
Matthew Jones had a meatball flag. Something went wrong with that car. I think he may have overheated or something. And they posted him with a meatball black flag and made him come down. Not sure. He's still sitting there getting that car worked on.
Yahtzee.
As these guys go side by side, both lines pretty much fully formed now, with 14 in the 1 all the way up there at the front. You got the 15 of Vince Short hanging around in there in the mix as well. He's hanging on that bottom line right now, taking his time, just being a little patient here, waiting to make the right move. As the one of Derek Welsh almost goes up and tags the outside wall. Looks like Tom Wilson as well. He ended up getting a little toe to the pits here.
You know what I saw? Vincent Short and a few other guys running the Track Bar Media on their car, and they are one of our sponsors here. I was looking at their Facebook page and looking at all the photography and stuff like that. And I don't know how to say the guy's name. If it's Alex Club or Alex Klub. I think it's Club. Running that 03 ARCA car. You talk about, they built that car in their garage and they take it out and run on these Xfinity tracks. They had a bunch of pictures from when they ran at Bristol. And it's just really neat to see the kind of the behind the scenes of them working on the car in their own garage and carrying it out there in their small trailer, where all these other guys got these giant haulers and stuff. And it's just neat to see grassroots guys like the Club Motorsports folks out there that Track Bar Media was covering. It was just really neat to see. It reminded me a lot of what I watched when I was in high school when we had a local track with late models and stuff. We never got ARCA come down there. Just really neat to see that 03 home-built car out there running at Bristol. Very neat stuff. The Ford machine with a little bit of damage on the rear end. So is the 23 at Collins. The 23 at Collins with left rear damage. Somebody got a pretty good piece of that quarter panel and back panel on that 23 Toyota.
On this very draft-dependent track here with this repave, and I mean everything adds up in the end of it. As it looks like Matt Jones is calling it here for the night, putting it back up on the hauler, and just going to wait until the next race, which I think we'll see him again on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I hate to see old Chef get knocked out early, but his night's not wasted. He's gonna go play some DCS. Good luck to you there. Happy flying. Casey Jones on there pulling for him, I'm telling you. The family aspect of people watching their family on iRacing and supporting them on the streams and stuff is just something that I never knew this world existed, before I got into broadcasting this stuff. But it's so cool to see families on here supporting their own. Is some guys do this a lot. Some people do it once a week, but I see the families out there and the friends as well. NTG Trucking you know, the Numb Thumbs gaming community out there is just huge, and there's they play all kinds of different sims and games, and iRacing is just one of them. These guys are like a family. They're always watching each other's races and playing games with each other, supporting each other. It's a really, really cool community.
As the owner and operator of TrackDogsRacing.com, Josh Bittner, hangs on around here in kind of like the rear end of this main group. He's going to just kind of find and shuffle his way kind of back around here. Taking his time, though. He's got plenty of laps left. But we are going to be coming up on halfway here in about 6 more laps.
Who's ready to put the pistol out the window and start ramping this thing up?
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I want to see. Let's get it going. A lot of real fun racing right now. Tight, close, but let's get aggressive, man.
Yeah, you're ready to see some people using the bumpers and stuff already?
No, I was just sorry. I got confused on what time it was. Maybe in a few more laps, though. Definitely in a few more laps. Really good racing, clean, close. It's not easy to keep these cars that close to each other when you're going through that tri-oval and all that super high banking. Now they're coming up on some lap traffic in the front, so this is not as easy as it looks.
As the field trundles its way down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4, they're catching up to some lap traffic here. Let's see how the lap traffic navigates it. He's just going to dive right down onto the apron. I think that was the best call there. But things still got a little slicey and dicey.
Yeah, the rear end hanging out there for a second. Jessica Stubblefield said, "Is there any other iRacing wives out there? Let her know." Albert Anderson cheering for his son, little Albert out there, Albert III in the 747, America's driver. Jessica Stubblefield says, "Let's get violent."
Okay, and that's what I'm
She's
talking
with you.
about.
She's with you. Let's have some fights out there.
So I can't even talk about Waco anymore. Waco, they cleaned it all up on the freeway. Let's talk about Austin. That is a violent drive right there. That's where you have the pistol in one hand and a cell phone in the other, and
Well,
you're driving with your knees. What?
It's not even that. It's
It's a disgrace.
Oh, no, we got action going on towards the tail end of the pack. Oh, no, Double O Joe Bennett in that kind of Jacksonville Jaguars kind of colored Double O machine goes for a wild ride down that back straightaway. He's able to get it back under control, but did snag that outside wall a couple times.
It's probably that paint scheme, I guess, of Jaguars.
Well, I don't see Jaguars posted anywhere on it, but definitely,
color,
definitely colored like it.
I'll move in for a closer look here. Let's see what sponsors we're running.
See what you can find. Double O Joe's probably typing us a message right now, telling us where to send it to us.
North-South Motorsports on the hood of that thing.
It does have the color of the Jacksonville football team. I'll give him that.
See,
North-South Motorsports.
I'm not even a big football fan, and I knew that, Turner.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't want to say anything. Call you out.
You know.
But you're right. That is their color. Mark Collins got a good dent in the left back of his Numb Thumbs machine. 23. Joe David's just calling out his pit, so we'll see if we're going to start seeing some pits here.
Already on lap 60. Right at halfway here, fellas.
Yeah, we are. You can see that kind of rear end damage for that 23 machine. As it looks like that was Peyton Aldridge going another lap down there, staying on the apron of the racing surface. As these guys continue to put green laps down here from Atlanta. Still side-by-side action going on up at the front. As the 32 of Nick Biddy, man. Oh, no, there we go.
Oh, Lord, there was a big one. I saw somebody tumbling and bumbling.
Oh, that was Derek Welsh. Oh, my goodness. Someone get the ambulance out.
Oh, Lord.
Did he survive that? I don't know.
It's driving. His car's mosquito spraying, but it's driving. What in the holy smokes? How did it start, Brown? That's
there was just a little bit of a bob and a weave. The 32, man, he started drifting down to the 14, but good Lord, that one machine just absolutely dead stopped once when he hit that wall. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's one of those moments when you're in VR, man. You're just saying, close your eyes, close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Oh, and the 79 of Stubbs gets into it as well.
That was a horrendous crash.
Did anybody get through that thing? That was took a bunch out. Oh Lord. Holly made it through, got a little damage up front of his nose, but 48 nose machine looks pretty good getting through there.
Oh, Anthony Williams just watched his life flash before his eyes as the one machine kind of free willies him there for a little bit.
Oh my God! I just saw it on the delay. Wow.
Oh my
now
goodness.
That resembled plate track racing right there. That actually did.
You got all these viewers out there calling for the violence. Well, you're getting it right now. Yeah, that was a. In the words of Sheriff Roscoe Coltrane, that was a horrendous crash. Car gymnastics, Peyton McGowan says.
Roscoe P. Coltrane. Really bringing out the oldies.
That looked almost like what I-35 looks like between Georgetown through Austin and Buda and all the way to San Marcos, New Braunfels.
Hey, here's the thing. Austin and San Antonio are the same city. Changed my mind. It's the same now.
What do you mean? It's not. No,
it's the same town.
You don't have the Riverwalk in Austin, but you have 6th Street.
You're driving down the same way. It's the same traffic all the way on 35.
Oh, you're saying it's like one big city. Yeah. I see that. It's not the same town.
A little different culture.
It's a lot of different stuff in there.
It's the same though. Ruined it.
Go ahead, Brown.
Well, we do have a caution here. Let's go ahead and talk to one of these drivers, and what better driver than to talk to that 4 machine of Anthony Williams. Let's get him on up here into the booth. That 4 machine of Williams, man. How many new pairs of drawers do you need after that one, watching the one flip over your car like that?
Yeah, it was close, man. It was real close.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of success from drivers running the outside line, especially like coming out of turn 2, getting a huge run onto the backstretch. Is that kind of what you're seeing out there? And what are you looking to do out there?
It just feels a lot better to me. I mean, my car's getting running that inside line seems to want to push way up. So
awesome, man. Well, we'll let you get back down there, and good luck to you and your SCR teammates here tonight, as we're a little bit past halfway.
All right, I appreciate it.
He's from Oklahoma there.
All right.
Blanchard, Oklahoma.
Oh, he's up near the city.
Wait, which city? You've got like 2 of the cities.
Yeah, the city, the one named city.
Yeah. The city. That's what they call it in New York too. The city.
Yeah, it's the city. The city. Pace cars down.
That it is, as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. We're going to have Jacob Cochran and Jason Kraft up here at the front getting this restart started. They did not come down into the pits.
Contact.
Oh, as the 03 goes around.
Wow.
Dylan Bryant is down on the infield. We're staying green, though.
That's just one of those things where somebody wasn't going and somebody thought somebody was going.
Yeah, side by side, they trundle on along. Jason Kraft with a big push here from Albert Anderson. Albert's going to try to duck down into that bottom lane as Jason Kraft joins him here. So both drivers racing pretty good. It's going to be interesting to watch how that 2 machine, I think it's marked the 4 and the 5 of Jason Kraft here, how they're going to handle this, because, I mean, they're 30 laps behind on fuel, basically.
Something's got to give here with the strategy.
Well, and do they have to have some kind of strategy going on? I don't know. Not sure. That's why we race them. That's why we play the game. That's why we watch all this stuff, is to see, and it could be the right strategy. We just don't know right now. We're not privy to all the information that drivers have.
Now that's Albert Anderson gets some lead laps here. Oh, 3 almost. Oh, there we go. Another big
upside
one.
Down car. Cody Williams upside down. He's missing half of the panels off of his car now. Yellow flag's out.
Well, that was wicked. I mean, wicked.
Still driving it though. It's still drivable. 34 of Peyton Aldridge also involved in that. He's missing a fender at least, or a front end piece.
Well, and it looks like the 14 of Williams drifted up the track, kind of like we had heard there. And they drifted down, and then, whoa, Lord. Bass Pro mobile machine was flying.
Oh, the 4 got snagged up in it as well. Anthony Williams, of course, curse of the broadcaster there. He
Oh, man, again.
dodges that. He dodges the first wreck and doesn't get the chance to dodge the second one. Let's watch what happened here with that 34 of Aldridge as everyone's all checking on up. Oh, just people not realizing there was a car underneath them there, sending them hard into that inside wall. And we know Peyton's already used at least, used the fast repair, so he's going to probably need to come on down into the pits and get that thing worked on just a little bit here. As we're going to have Albert Anderson and David E. Brown up here at the front.
Is everybody out there doing shots? Is that what's happening out there?
There's some, yeah.
Well, they should be. I mean, they're probably, 5 in now? But what's been awesome is the racing has been really, really good. But these cars are super difficult to hold at speed here in this tight conditions, fast, newly paved Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's really making for some fun.
Yeah, that it is. As always, we have great sponsors making this great race possible, like Track Bar Media. I know, English, you were talking about them a little earlier on. Great photography and all that, as well as DEPGraphics. Man, I can almost need both hands and both feet worth of digits to count how many cars out here are running the DEPGraphics style paints, and each and every single one of them look fantastic. You also got AdminBoxx, your button solution for race adminning. So at like a push of a button, we needed the caution there, and boom, they got it. So be sure to order your AdminBoxx today. And of course, I don't have the slide correctly up, but we got Sim Gear Central, new startup, providing other button boxes. They got dials and switches and like ignition covers. Like, they look super fancy. So be sure to go and order yours today from Sim Gear Central. And if you let them know that AAA and Numb Thumbs Racing League sent you over, man, you get 10% off. And hey, that stuff all adds up at the end of the day. So be sure to go and do that, as well as the Action Replay sponsor of Davidson Builders, and they are definitely getting their name out here tonight.
Yeah, and you can go and click on all the links for all of the race sponsors. You go to our Facebook page, AAA Broadcasting, on Facebook, and look in the post. One of the posts from today, the promo post, has links to all of tonight's sponsors, so go check them out. Sean Reese joining us over there once again, pulling for the 79 of Stubblefield, Stub Nation.
Well, there's a lot of them out there, ain't there?
Yeah, and thank you, Daniel. Sorry if I'm butchering this. Poetschlag joining us out there saying, yeah, most of the cars are DEP paints out there. He also said Cody Williams lost his Bass. The Bass Pro Shops machine kind of lost all of the advertising off things.
It's not as bad as putting weights in your walleye at the tournament, but
Oh, yeah.
a whole nother thing. Pace cars down, Brown.
That it is, as here we go back to green flag racing with Anderson and Brown side by side, getting things all wound up and ready to rumble. Carson Conway finding his way back up here to the front here in that 72 machine. He's going to get right up on Albert Anderson's bumper here, try to give him a little bump, get him back going up to speed just that little bit quicker. Nick Biddy, Tom Barish all up here. Tom Barish up 27 spots. Goodness night, as he continues to fight and claw his way on up here, trying to pick up a race win here tonight.
So many folks still out here racing. We've only had a couple of cars bow out of this thing so far. Everybody else is still out there running. We got 30 cars out there right now still trying to compete for every position. Every point matters here in this league.
It does, as the 2 at Jacob Cochran, he's only up 7, but that's still doing pretty good. He's hanging around on the bottom line right now, right behind the 29 of Paul Ferdiani. Just trying to kind of keeping on and moving up this leaderboard here.
Boy, there, it does look like traffic time on the 130 in Austin right here. Just moving around in and out, Mach 10, super fast. Haven't seen anybody throw anybody the bird or anything just yet, but look how close they are, especially in the top 15 cars. Wow.
I know I talk about this a lot, but the transition here at Atlanta, when they increased the banking in the turns, it also increased the danger down there when you're trying to stay close to that white and red set of lines down there. If you cross over too far onto that apron, you can really lose the rear end, especially when it's hot like it is today. Really got to be careful on that transition.
Yeah,
Seeing some cars get on it.
The track is still 132. We've just gained basically temperature on the track, that hot asphalt. Oh, what about this as for an exercise for everybody watching on YouTube? Where is everybody from? I want to know where everybody's having fun watching this race tonight. Welch just hit the wall. Welch hit the wall. Yeah. The Stubblefields seem to be everywhere doing shots. I'm just trying to see the general state or city. It doesn't matter. What general location are y'all? Just so we kind of know.
City and state. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where everybody's watching from.
Anderson continues to battle Brown up here. Kind of swapping positions up there. Nick Biddy kind of biding his time. He's been in third place or up there close to it almost all night. The 32 machine just being consistent out there. Nick's got their number maybe if they decide to mix it up.
That reminds me of Selena. He needs a Selena paint on that thing. Bitty bitty bomb bomb.
Oh, God.
Look at that. Now we got
that's a flashback to 1995 or 95.
Well, then she got shot by her manager in Corpus. I mean, what a disgrace.
The president of her fan club, yeah. Yolanda Saldivar. I remember.
Yeah, rotten hell, Yolanda. Anyway, look at that. We got Cuyahoga, Indiana, Alexander, Virginia, Lebanon, Tennessee. Man, Anderson, Indiana.
I'll put mine on there, too.
Man, there's all kinds of cool places out there. Greenbrier, Tennessee. Tennessee is apparently in the house tonight. Oh, Bossier City. Isn't that like a crime capital of the world?
Oh, man. That's
That's down south.
Well, across the river, too, ain't too good. Shreveport's kind of getting rough.
Oh, it's cool to just hear where y'all are from. It's kind of neat to know.
I love
who's
knowing
out there
where everybody's
watching.
from.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City. Check that out.
I'll be damned. Sorry
Helen's,
about that.
Helen's at the villages down in Florida.
And I hope
Ellen, I hope y'all didn't get hit too bad down there. I hope y'all are doing well down there in Florida.
New York.
Rochester. That's up there.
Yeah, that's
Way
not.
up, no.
They don't like to be counted as like New York City. I know that.
No,
Up there.
I have my buddy's from Rochester.
Yeah,
My
they
Air
don't.
Force buddies.
They don't claim that, do they? All right.
Hey. From it's just outside of Buffalo, Rochester.
Ooh, as we go beating and banging into turns 1 and 2 right in front of Nathan Stanley here. Looks like that was the 32 of Nick Biddy getting into it, I think, there with Albert Anderson or David E. Brown for just a second there as they continue to fight up at the front, side by side, racing action here. Coming up on about 40 laps left remain at this hot track in Atlanta. Bringing back that hot Atlanta name for sure as they continue to rumble on side by side. You got, hey, we'll call it 16 cars inside the main pack area, but then still have 22 in total on the lead lap. With Matt Layton kind of hanging out in the back here with the one of Derek Welch.
Oh, contact between the 5 and the 55. It's Jason Kraft and Tom Barish. They kind of smacked together and they both kept it straight, though. Of course, Matt Jones letting us know Atlanta. He's from here.
Home track.
Atlanta, that is his home track. It's a shame that he's not out there racing with these guys, but stuff happens out there, especially in pack racing.
Is he out there racing, or is he just 26 laps down? That's one of the other.
I think he's done for the night, bud.
Okay. Manually disconnected. You are
Yep, he's
correct.
gone.
Hey, we don't have anybody from California out here, so we can just kind of. It's a free for all about making fun of California.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
15's wrecking. Vince Short.
Uh-oh.
He saved it. Holy smokes. What a save by the 15. We're staying green here, folks.
Whoa,
Oh,
Lawson.
the
got
20.
it.
The 20 and the other 20 just hit each other.
Double 20s. Oh, man. Yeah, that was ugly, but
Still
just slowed them
green.
down. Yeah, just slowed them down. They didn't totally lose it. Who's the real 20?
The real 20 is Justin Lawson.
There you go.
Man, a lot of action there.
A 67 machine of Nathan Stanley jumping down onto the apron and let some of these faster cars around. His Toyota is not on pace here. It looks like he's fighting an extreme loose condition as well.
Well, how much are these tires worn out at this point?
Dude, it's so hot and the tires are so worn. We're seeing a lot of guys get loose. How often do you see guys getting loose like this? Like at a plate track or pack racing type track? This adds a whole new element of, of danger and, basically a challenge. Save your tires. We're seeing a lot of rear ends wiggling out here. Twerking going on from these machines.
What am I watching? Rear ends wiggling, twerking.
Yeah.
I thought
That's
we were
what they
watching
call
the
it.
race.
I thought
Who
they
called-
call it down there.
That's what it's called? I thought that was something else.
Oh, I don't.
You must be on that friends only page watching that. With the real Mrs. Poindexter and everything.
And
Oh.
this could be also, these Xfinity cars, they don't really get the downforce on the rear end like we see from the trucks or even the Cup cars. Those things have much more grip here at these styles of tracks, and that could definitely be adding into it here as we're starting to really see the 26 of Brown. He's starting to have an issue here drifting up the track going into these corners a little bit.
Yeah, he is, and he's staying to the outside line as much as he can, probably to try to kind of reduce.
Ooh, yellow flag is
further wear.
out. Jamie Abrell having an issue here, and just an immediate tow to the pits. Put it down there on the
Everybody's
apron,
pretty happy.
but I think it was just enough that it threw out the caution flag there.
I'm pretty sure everybody's not sad about that caution. It's time to get some tires. I was watching Joe David. I guess the travel is really tough coming out of 4 as your tires wear. A lot of people have been kind of slamming that. I think you mentioned that in English.
Yeah, I was just saying, it reminds me of Charlotte,
It does. Or Texas,
out
even,
like, yeah.
right? Texas, kind of the same thing.
Sure, yeah.
Just tightens up right there, and especially with the super fast speeds and this new surface.
You could say the same thing coming out turn 2 at Indianapolis. I mean, there are so many similarities between these tracks that are completely different. And it looks like we're going to get a lot of people coming down here, probably the whole field, come down here to get tires. You talked about the spoiler on these things being so small, Brown. That's one of the reasons why these guys can't get any downforce on that rear end. I mean, look at that spoiler. It's 3.5 inches maybe tall. It doesn't catch a whole heck of a lot of air.
No, it does not, as we're going to be inside of 30 laps to go, which means this is the money stop. These guys, I believe, can make it 30 laps here on fuel, so it's going to be who gets a good pit stop here tonight, as Brown beats Anderson off of pit road, followed by Klein, Biddy, Ferdiani, and Zeth Hawley here for this race coming out of the pits. Josh Bittner not coming down into the pits this time. Interesting strategy call. He might be waiting for the second time around here to make sure he kind of just moves on his way to the back. Again, possibly using up that one fast repair he's already got. So he could be just playing the survival of the fittest game here.
Peyton McGowan, his better half on line, saying, if I was keeping up with the shots, I'd be on the floor pretty soon. Yeah, yeah. We've had a few cautions tonight. Not a ridiculous amount. This is the 6th caution. Not too bad for having this many cars out on the track, and cars that are a handful as well. Here comes Derek Welch. Who is that? The 77 of
Mike
Corriveau. Sorry for saying it. Hey, this goes to all the drivers, not just the 77. If we're saying your name wrong, please let us know. Reach out, send us a message on Discord, so it won't happen again. We know a lot of family and friends are watching and really don't want to butcher your name out there.
And if we do, it's English's fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Everybody knows that. But yeah, so we're getting to learn some of these new leagues. This is a new one for us here, this new XFINITY series. So bear with us. At some point, we're going to make plenty of mistakes along the way, but we're going to try to have fun and keep everybody engaged and having fun as well.
Albert Anderson Jr. on YouTube saying, now or never, stay strong, son. Talking about his son, Albert Anderson III, in that 747 machine. America's driver. He's going to restart here in just a second inside row number 2.
Look at Josh Bittner up there.
Brown,
Really
it's kind of been a mix. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Brown, it's been kind of a mixed bag on these restarts. We've seen some guys kind of stacking up, and we've seen some guys run away.
Yeah, man, it's been definitely one of those races. As we get back to green flag racing here, Albert Anderson trying to give a shove to that 84 of Josh Bittner. We know those two are more than willing to work together, being some pretty good friends down there. As they head on down into turns 1 and 2. Anderson coming up here on the outside of Bittner now, trying to jump to the outside and take the lead here. Bittner pinching him up into the wall just a little bit, not too much here, making sure he tries to maintain speed as Anderson goes right on around him.
Yeah, Biddy on the outside trying to make a move. Looks like he's got some momentum heading into one.
Jessica Stubblefield saying next week will be better for APX Motorsports. Talladega next week, so anything can happen there. Jessica, make sure them guys got their team strategy mapped out and get their communications, everything together. Jessica, get on and make sure they do some green flag pit stop practice just in case. We don't want to see them come in sideways or get a speeding penalty. Ooh, these guys right here, we're seeing a lot of left to right action out here, but somehow we're seeing cars change lanes and they're missing each other so far.
A whole bunch of side-by-side action. Anderson trying to do his best to, I don't want to say block both lanes, but try to control both lanes as the 48 of Zeth Hawley makes a move here, now up into second behind that 747.
Yeah,
Ooh, Yahtzee. We're seeing a little bit of everything tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, and at times it looks like there's no rudder on these things. It's like flying a plane with no rudder. They're just kind of floating off high, floating low. I think that's just kind of how fast they're going, the air that's coming off the other cars, and how difficult the XFINITY cars are to drive, Brown.
Yeah, you're 100% right as we take a look here at that 20 of Justin Lawson. Caught right in the thick of it. And you can just hear how much he is off the throttle in the draft here. I think that's got to play into fact with the heat and everything and just how these cars are designed. I know like the trucks and those next gen cars, we really weren't hearing people get off the throttle too much, but they're definitely off the throttle here tonight, Adam. And that's that kind of not the style of racing that we've come to accustom here at this new Atlanta, but you know what? It's working for some, and for most, it's been doing okay.
Well, that's the heat and the tires. You talk to some drivers, and some we've watched a couple races now with this style car, but some guys say you can just hold the throttle down the whole time here at Atlanta, but that's not the case here tonight in the conditions we're in, and it's making for some interesting racing. Look at all this wiggling going on up here at the front.
You ain't kidding. That's the 72 of Carson Conway. Just kind of bobbing and weaving. Oh, the 33 of Ferdiani almost gets up into him there.
Yeah, that's not helping that top line with what's happening out there at the moment. But now look how stacked we are all the way back here to 25th place. We're just kind of all bunched up together.
Yeah, we started here tonight with 32 cars. We still have 34 out there running, with 22 of them on the lead lap, which is right now being held by Albert Anderson. But behind them, they do have two wide racing going on right around where Paul Ferdiani is in that marked 33, but the 29. As they make their ways down through 3 and 4, closing in on the final 20 laps of this race.
So far, so good, man. What a great race. 13 is having some trouble back and forth, kind of trying to hold his line there. Sorry, I'm scrambling here. Paul Durkee, I'm sorry. I'm used to seeing him run a different number. I didn't know that was Paul. Sorry about that, Paul.
Yeah, it's something we're just trying to get used to. But everybody's kind of bouncing around for whatever reason. Tires, air, lots of movement on the track all the way up and down. It's going to cause, I think, as we ramp that aggression up, like you like to say, English, we're going to see
here.
We're going to see, look, there we go. Incident 26 in the wall. We're going to see more of that here as we start 18 laps to go of this thing.
David E. Brown, 26 machine, he just lost a lot of spots. He'll fall from 9th probably to about 16th here.
Huh.
21st. Oof.
We got some wise guys out there on the chat. Started with 32 cars. We only have 34 left.
I noticed that too, Daniel. He had them switched, but I was gonna let it go. But
I love having a wise guy out there.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I heard him say it too, and I'm like,
You know what?
Mistakes happen. Look at that.
Oh, as we get a car up
wall.
into the wall, that's the 72. I at least know that number. Carson Conway still up in the wall as people are scattering there around him. Fields checking up. Oh boy, he almost gets a Bittner there. Oh, but I know what I was doing. I was looking at that 29th place car and seeing the 34 number of Peyton Aldridge. I know that's where that's probably where that came from.
Well, you're basically running the Tesla supercomputer up in New Hampshire where you're at, so it happens. We all say dumb things. I do it all the time. I don't know, but that's a funny. Brown made it funny, so push on. I know we're just trying to have fun with you, Daniel. We'd like to have all the comments, even if bad, good, indifferent, funny, whatever. We'd like to chat with y'all. I thought that was a good one.
Yes, sir, indeed, as we have 16 laps left to go. Double O Joe Bennett trying to fight and claw his way back up here to the front. Sitting right behind that Paul Ferdiani machine. As here comes the 03 of Dylan Bryant on the outside with some help from Ferdiani trying to put a challenge on that 747 of Albert Anderson.
And Albert Anderson's pop is joining us tonight on YouTube. He's the only person from Anderson Nation out there right now, I think. Albert, you need to let all the kinfolk know, hey, Albert might be picking up a win here in just a few short laps. This race is winding on down, and America's driver's holding down P1 right now pretty good.
Ooh, don't jinx him. Tyson Welch, your dad, looks like he is in 23rd place. He's a couple laps down, having a rough night. He usually wins at super speedways, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, your daddy tells tall tales about, I don't like racing in these super speedway races, and then he goes and whoops everybody. So telling tales out here.
Daniel says he's eating a lot of shoes. Yeah,
yeah, me
right
too.
there with you. Right there with you. All right. What do you got there, Brown? Looks like we're getting real cranked up right at the moment.
That we are 13 laps left remaining, and every single car fighting for every single inch out here on this racetrack.
Is wrecking. Bad wreck. David E. Brown lost the whole front end off of that car, hitting the inside wall. We're still green though.
Wow.
Man,
There it is. There's yellow.
What to say, if it was that bad, we'd have had to have a yellow, and there it is.
Man, happening right in front of Bittner and around the 55. Oh no, the 55 and the 26, man, they just both went on down. I don't know what happened with the 55 of Bearish there, but having some sort of issue, just came straight on down into David.
Tom just came over the radio and said he thinks he got some kind of netcode thing or something, some kind of coding issue is what happened to him, I think. Peyton Aldridge joining us over there on YouTube saying, I can't stay out of the pits today. It's been a rough day for me. Albert Anderson saying that he's representing Anderson Nation tonight all by himself, but they're still a really strong family. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, they could be one Anderson in the crowd. There could be 10. I mean, you just never know.
There could be a bunch.
Night of the week.
Sometimes they come in rolling deep, as they say.
Like the Stubble Fields, there's a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee, apparently. Tennessee. He's in 28th place, 79 at APX Toyota. He's still out there, clicking these laps off.
Eddie Rose says he's from Dante, Virginia.
All right.
Thank you, Eddie, for joining us once again. Eddie Rose just followed us on our on our Facebook page. So thank you so much, Eddie, for the follow. What do you got there, Brand? You got a poll for us?
That we do, and as always at these plate tracks, we love it to know what the fans think, especially with the caution here. Gonna be 9 laps to go when they go back to green flag racing. Are we going to see a green-white checker finish here tonight at Atlanta? And man, it's getting down to it, boys.
Yeah, and we've got 3 attempts available at a green-white checker. That doesn't mean they're going to use all 3. We may even get a clean finish here. It might go green all the way to the end, but the way you said it, Adam, the aggression ramps up here late. Plate track racing is, and this really isn't technically plate track racing, but it is pack racing. We're going to see this all season. If you like what you see out here, follow this Xfinity series. Every Sunday night, we're going to be doing some kind of pack racing track, and it's going to be just as exciting as this every single Sunday night. So to make sure you don't miss any of the action, hit that subscribe button on your little YouTube window there, and give us a thumbs up if you like the job we're doing out here. And you guys out there watching, y'all are the only reason we're out here doing this. But we sure enjoyed bringing this exciting racing to you.
Yeah, even a thumbs down if you hate us, that's cool. We're just out here trying to watch a race like y'all. We don't do anything perfect, that's for sure. We're just trying to have fun with everybody. Love to interact with everybody out there on the YouTube machine.
Indeed, as we're going to trundle on down into turns 3 and 4. Lights on that pace car are off. You're going to be getting ready to go back to green flag racing. 9 laps left remain. Albert Anderson, Dylan Bryant up at front with Seth Hawley, Paul Ferdiani in tow. You got Jacob Cochran, you got the 00 Joe Bennett up here as well, Vince Short, Nick Biddy, you got Anthony Williams, Chris Klein, all up inside this top 10 fighting for this win as we go back to green flag racing here from Atlanta. Side by side they go down and across the line and shuffle into turns 1 and 2. A solid start here from that 747 of Anderson. He's getting a good little push there from that 48 of Hawley as they make their ways down the back straightaway now. Still doing a great job on that inside line is Anderson.
Doing a great job all night there. It's going to be tough to hold off everyone. He's been up front for a long time. He's going to have to kind of manage it from his rear view mirror, which is not easy.
Ooh, as behind him, the 2 almost gets into the 03 a little bit there. Just barely able to slide a piece of paper between those 2 cars. Able to save it, though, and keep it off of each other as this mob of traffic makes its way down through 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway here again.
Ricky Wittenberg joining us over there on YouTube channel. He says they're going to have 2 green-white checkers, saith Rickneck the Magnificent. To play on Karnak from the old Carson show. Ricky out there giving his opinion. He's going to say 2 green-white checkers. Bittner to the outside of the 13, almost making it 3 wide there for a second with the 13 and the 15 of Vincent Short. 13 of Paul Durkee. I'm sorry, Paul. I keep forgetting you're in that 13 tonight. I'm sorry, buddy.
And the 84 machine maybe getting lucky with that last caution here. He was going to have to come down for fuel at some point, and that caution saved him a lot of track spots. And maybe even going a lap down as he didn't have to come down during green flag. He's still up there, though, right now cracking inside that top 10 as his buddy Albert Anderson up here at the front trying to hold off that 03 of Dylan Bryant.
Watch some of these guys, though, that are within striking distance. 48 of Hawley. Look at the 2 of Jacob Cochran. He's been up there close within striking distance all night. Look for some great moves to be happening later on. Some aggressive moves, possibly to the outside as these guys come out of turn 4.
Well, if they're going to make those,
one lap to go.
if they're going to make those moves, it better be within the next 3 or 4 minutes, because we're starting to click this down. 116. We're on that lap. We're going to finish this off at 120. So better start making those moves, guys.
Coming down and across the line. 4 laps to go now.
Albert's sticking to that strategy of running that low line down by the keep wanting to say yellow line, the white and red lines down there. That is not the place I like to be at a track like this, but we got a lap car up high. Oh, they're wrecking. Cochran's in the air. Yellow flag's out.
Yeah, the 20 was involved. We're going to have to rewind and see what happened there.
2 of Cochran missing a lot of parts off of that car. So much for no curse of the broadcaster. It strikes once again. We were just talking about the 2.
Like, it's not really our fault. We're supposed to talk about everybody. I mean, we're trying to get everybody in here, and we can't blame us for the drivers.
I know, but it just seems like it keeps happening.
Okay, so the 20 and the 33 were like, Verdiani, where they were bump drafting, but in front of him, Cochran was kind of wilding out there. Hit the 48, came back up, caused some issues, and he went flying.
You see it, Brown?
A lot of issues out there. We'll take another quick look at it here and go up to the chopper camera to really get a bird's eye view of this this action. I think this actually started just a little bit behind where we think it did, as it was almost 3 wide here between the 48 and the 03, the 2 with a big run, nowhere to go. Started kind of drifting up towards the middle, causing that 20 to try to follow that bumper. Well, he was following that bumper and then had to avoid it, getting up into that 33, which then sent a whole mess of traffic on around. Oh, the 84 Bittner just getting pinballed in there. Same thing with the 72. But for Nicky Up, yeah, the R15 Vince Short, he made it on through.
He's lucky he made it through there alive. That's another victim there, the 00 of 00 Joe Bennett. Another victim there.
Well,
wow, that was a pretty one-sided poll.
I
think you're right.
I would say so, as 100% of the 11 voters here tonight are correct. We are going to see a green-white checker finish here from Atlanta in the Xfinity Series of Numb Thumbs Racing League debut.
Well, I think I can answer that question we were asking earlier. Josh Bittner saved his fast repair because he just used it. I watched him when he hit the pits, straighten that thing out quick, back out on the track, even though he got involved in that one. So he must have just used the old manual labor on the first couple incidents he had. So see how he can finish here.
Man,
that was a great strategy.
That was a great strategy.
You're going to have to save those fast repairs. If you only have one, save them if you can. Just let the manual hammer out of the car help you.
I was gonna say, man, Manuel, he's one of my favorite workers.
That's actually true. Look at this. The 9 is... Everybody's got some scratches and dents tonight. Not surprising, though.
Yeah, 03's got a caved-in rear end there and a bent-up spoiler. Yeah, there's some cars with some battle damage out here tonight. But man, we've seen some really exciting side-by-side 2 and 3 wide racing. It's been a blast so far. We're going to see if Rickneck the Magnificent is correct, and see if we get 2 green-white checkers tonight out of a possible 3. I don't know, man. I don't think we've seen a race yet this season. Well, I say this season. Within the past couple of seasons of these different series, I don't think we've seen them use all 3 yet. As here comes the pace car.
Yeah,
it is, as here we go back to green-white checker racing here with the 747 up at front. getting a good restart here, going clean out the gates. He's going to have that 03 of Dylan Bryant out there behind him. The 40 is Ethel. He's going to get squeezed out. He's going to go to the high line now. He does have a little help out there trying to get that run going down the back straightaway.
55 of Tom Barish. He's hitting the apron. He's saying, oh, I don't want any of this.
Oh.
He's going to the back and let these other guys race.
The 03 gets maybe a little bumper tap there from the 48 as he, that was the 20, maybe moving that 03 on up. Just up a line here as they take to the white flag, so no more cautions here tonight. This is it, the final lap. Anderson out in front, 20 of Lawson in tow, 32 of Nick Biddy there as well, trying to fight and claw their way on here through turns 3 and 4. The 03 needs a big run coming out of the turn here to have any shot of it. Coming out of turn number 4, they're side by side, heading down and across the line, 3 wide for second, but it's Anderson here for the win, and we got mayhem.
Yeah,
wow.
Big wrecking back here. Did you see that, Adam? Double O Joe Bennett was 3 wide with a couple other cars there for an entire lap.
Yeah, that was interesting. I can't believe Justin Lawson had fresher tires. I really thought he was going to make a run at Albert. Wow. Justin Lawson up 27, Albert Anderson up 24 spots. That is super impressive from those two.
Nick Biddy's missing half of his race car because he was involved in that stuff.
So we take a look back here from the Double O Joe's perspective of this final lap. When they cross that line to take that white flag, you can see the 2 wide action going on behind him. And around him, there you go. There's that 3 wide. And that's that 14 of Cody Williams, who led so much of the first part of this race, fighting it out there. And things just got all knotted and wadded up here as they came back down and across the line. But it was going to be Anderson here for the win. Lawson and Bryant round out your podium. Let's go ahead and reverse this one a little bit and stop it right when they kind of are right near that line. Yep, there you go. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all in one picture there.
Albert out there burning it down, boy.
Well, he should be. But how about that, Brown? You're talking about how close these cars were at the end. I think this is a great opening race, guys. I mean, we're going to see some fun stuff here at the Numb Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series if it's all going to be like this. So I'm happy to be here for it.
Yes,
They got a cup race tomorrow night, too. So a lot of the same drivers, too, tomorrow night for cup. So that ought to be fun.
That it will be. And so we can get interviews up underway here. Let's go ahead and let's try to quiet things down maybe a little bit here. Not going to happen. That's all right. We can talk to tonight's third place finisher. That's going to be the 03 of Dylan Bryant. Having a heck of a run there, Dylan. Just maybe not quite the run that you wanted on that outside line to really challenge for the win here.
Yeah, the outside line was, it was tough to pass and get up there. I'm still in the other chat, people talking. All right. Yeah. On the outside line it was tough, man. It was like a brick wall once you got up beside the leader on the bottom, and I kept on trying though, man. I hate to stay in line, and I was trying to win it, but I take a third though.
Yeah, Dylan, we saw some guys have some success with the outside line, but it doesn't look like it panned out quite for everybody. What are you looking forward to next week? Are you and the team going to get together and talk a little strategy? Because Talladega, you better have a plan coming into that deal.
Well, the team is me. I don't got no help.
Oh, you're on your own. Holy smokes, man. I didn't realize. I'm sorry about that. I thought you were running with the team out there.
No, I wish I was. I think it's the same Cody Williams that ran into another league with me. So if I'm ever around him, I try to help him out. But as far as like official team, I'm not a part of anybody's team. So which of course makes the unrestricted plate tracks tricky because you really don't know who's all with who and who's all friends and stuff. So.
Well, I mean, sometimes you don't need it. You can be kind of sneaky and conniving and be friends with everybody until it's time to not be friends with everybody. You know what I mean? So, did a great job tonight out there by yourself. So, keep rolling it, man. Good job. You got anybody you want to thank, shout out, something like that?
Yeah, just the NTR racing series. I haven't had the pleasure to talk to Derek much and stuff, but I know that he does a lot of just seeing his comments and posting stuff. I watched y'all's broadcast from the ARCA series race on Friday night. I want to thank y'all. Y'all are like extremely good, like professional status. So I want to give a shout out to y'all. Everybody that has anything to do with NTRL, all the sponsors tonight. That makes it all happen. And I want to say thank you to everybody that was racing me clean and stuff. Everybody does a great job. So I'm just excited to go to a wider track, and see if I can get a win.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, either way, Dylan, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight, and good luck the rest of the season here, buddy.
All right, sounds good. I'll be back soon on the podium.
All right.
Whoa, confidence. We love that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy called us professional. Thank you.
Yes.
This is a pretty good interview there.
So maybe next week y'all can shine the camera on me a little bit more then.
All right. We'll work on that.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
And moving on up, we're going to have the 20 machine of Justin Lawson, your hard charger of the day, up 27 spots. Beaten, banged, and bruised is that 20 machine, Justin. But hey, you find yourself up here on the podium here in second.
Yes, sir. It was fun.
Well, we heard some different opinions about the outside line, especially coming out of turns. Where were the runs tonight? We saw some moves being made. Dylan Bryant just now said, well, when he got to the outside line, it seems like he kind of run out of momentum. But we saw other people making it work. I guess it kind of depended on where on the track you were when that run came to you. But where did you see it happen tonight? Where was all the action?
On fresh tires, the bottom was really fast. And then your runs come from whoever's around you, and then whether or not the other lane is stacked up and having to check up. It's pretty random from where the runs come from. It's really hard to plan out your moves, but yeah, definitely the bottom was faster for the first probably 10 laps, and then the bottom could hang tight, and they would get better runs on the straights just because they'd have more throttle time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there, and if my calculations are right, your tires were 20 laps fresher than Albert's there, and I thought you were going to make a run at the end. What was your thought process there that last lap?
Well, that last caution, I felt bad about running into Ferdiani there, trying to avoid the car that was in front of me. I don't remember who it was that looked like he hooked wheels with the car in front of him and got real out of shape. And I tried to miss him, tried to miss Paul. There just wasn't enough room. But I did get some damage in that, and I was really lucky to come home second because my car, it didn't look that bad, but it was pretty pitiful out of the draft. I did pull out one time, and it felt like I pulled a parachute. So I feel like just staying behind Albert was probably my best play to get the best finish I could.
Well, that is exactly what happened for you here tonight. Before we let you go, Justin, got any shout-outs or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to thank my teammates Paul and Brandon. We all ran at the back. That was kind of our game plan for the first race, and just seeing how everything was going to play out and try to stay out of trouble. And then they both found trouble along the way. So I wish they could have been up there with me. But thanks to those guys, and thanks for Derek for putting this on, and thanks for you guys for broadcasting it.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate it. Go enjoy that second place finish here tonight, and we look forward to seeing what you can do the rest of the season here, buddy.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
And as we move on up now to tonight's race winner, a man who hardly needs an introduction on his home, it's gonna be that 747 of America's driver, Albert Anderson. Albert, you finally didn't get taken out at the last lap of one of these things, buddy.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. I tell you, I had a handful at the end there on that last green white checker. I was really nervous. I knew some of the guys behind me had better tires, and they were going to take a shot at me. I think I want to say Justin might have had some damage. I think he was involved in an earlier incident, so I know that might have slowed him down just a little bit. But that was a heck of a finish, man. It feels good to finally be back up here, in the booth as a winner for sure.
Yeah, your daddy was joining us over there on YouTube, pulling for you all night. We've known you for a while now. We're glad to see you finally do well and kind of dodge all the bull out there as you pick up a win tonight, up 24 spots. You protected that low line most of the night tonight. We talked to Dylan and Justin. A lot of the time, it either seemed, the opinion was that, the runs kind of came from random areas depending on where you were at on the track. Dylan said that he could never get any good runs on the outside line. Did that affect your tire wear at all, running low line all night like that?
Yeah, it did, Alan. It made it wicked loose. There were some points where I was having to lift a little bit just to kind of burp the throttle in the middle of the turns because the rear end was wanting to step out. The car's a lot more stable on the outside line, but to me it felt like the outside line just didn't have enough speed consistently to go around, the lead cars. So, I figured my best bet was to protect the bottom and just stay in it. And towards the end there, I was washing up the track pretty bad. But luckily there was nobody on the outside, and I just stayed in the gas, all the way around, try not to give anybody a shot at it. And luckily it worked. But for me personally, the bottom line was definitely the preferred line.
Well, the rebranding of America's Driver has begun. Nothing but good vibes in that 747 since you changed the number. 747, that's got a good ring to it, Albert. And look at you tonight. You put that thing in victory lane. What a great job. I can't believe you held them off there at the end. I know you're probably ready to get out of that rig, but you got anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been getting some good finish since I changed the number, and I did go down and see Mrs. LaRue, so her chicken foot voodoo might be working. We'll see, what happens there. But yeah, I want to thank Derek Welch, for putting the show on. He puts on a lot, and he does a great job hosting these races, and Numb Thumbs Gaming and Numb Thumbs Racing, which I'm a part of in a couple of different leagues. Derek's a really good guy personally, and he does a really good job, putting on the show. And also, my family, my father, my mother, all my aunts and cousins and stuff who come out to watch every now and again. I really want to thank them, and thank you guys for doing the job you do every race. It's always a pleasure to watch the replay.
Well, my friend, it's always a pleasure to watch you race, and tonight you raced your way up 24 spots to pick up the win here from Atlanta. Congratulations, buddy, and we'll catch you again a little later on this week.
Yep, guys, thank you very much. Y'all have a good night.
And that is a great opening race here for this Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA series, or not ARCA, excuse me. Wow, I am way out of it today.
Xfinity, yeah.
Xfinity series, man. This plate racing series here at the Numb Thumbs Racing League. And we thank each and every single one of you for tuning in and watching, as it's been a heck of a party here on a Sunday night with each and all of y'all. But man, oh man, have we had a great race, and we got a finishing board we got to talk about here, guys.
Yeah, man. I loved tonight's racing action. We did see some accidents that involved a few drivers, but we never really had like a big one that involved, 8 or 10 or more cars. A couple of them were pretty close. We did see some guys up in the air and get knocked out early, but yeah, man, overall I loved it. It was a great race tonight.
Yes, sir, it was. Well, up at the top we have that 747 of Anderson picking up the win. America's driver up there finally once again. You got that 20 of Justin Lawson. Haven't seen him racing here in a little while, so glad to see him out here running tonight. Hard charger of the day, up 27 spots. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of spots. With the 03 of Dylan Bryant finishing here in third. We got Nick Biddy in the 32 machine finishing in fourth, with Chris Klein, your favorite actor there, Turner. He's up there quite a few spots, up 17 to finish in that top 5 fifth place spot. 48 of Zeth Holly did a pretty okay day here today, finishing in sixth, with the 8 of Brandon Coleman up 24 spots to finish in seventh. So a lot of people up 20 plus spots, man. This is great. Got the 00 Joe Bennett machine finishing in 8th, with the 14 of Cody Williams. Looked very strong at the start of this thing, but once when he got into a wreck or two, he really started to fumble a little bit, but still a top 10 9th place finish, with the 15 of Vince Short rounding out tonight's top 10.
Yeah, great recovery from Cody Williams. That car was destroyed, and he still came back and got a top 10, so congrats to him. The Gambler, Paul Ferdiani, finishes in 11th place. Jason Kraft in that 5 machine finishing in 12th. Josh Bittner, right where he started at, right there in 13th place, the 84 machine. Mark Collins in the 23 finishes in 14th. He qualified very well tonight, but just not able to capitalize out there. Scott Milner and that Hot Tamales number 31 machine finishes in 15th place. The number 1, Derek Welch, the boss man, finishes in 16th. Nathan Stanley, he'll come up about 4 spots. He'll finish in 17th place. These Numb Thumbs guys did the best they could out here. Tom Barish, one of those guys, he made a ton of positions up. From 32nd, he'll finish in 18th place. He'll finish on the lead lap as well. The 77, Mike Corvo, finishes 2 laps down in 19th place. And rounding out your top 20, the number 9 car of Joe David.
551, Matt Layton ended up 21st. Number 4, Anthony Williams, 22nd. 2, Jacob Cochran was 23rd tonight. 726, Michael Cole ended up 24th. 13 of Paul Durkee in that GOAT machine ended up 25th. 072 Carson Conway, 26th. The number 26, David E. Brown, ended up 27th. 79 Timothy Stubblefield, everybody's favorite driver out there, ended up 28th. 34 Peyton Aldridge, 29th. 33 Jamie Abrell, 30th. 21 Tom Wilson, 31st. And the chef, Matthew Jones, rounded out in 32nd. And thank you, Kenneth Stocks. I think he was doing the race control tonight.
Yes, sir, indeed. And that is all the racing we have here tonight from Atlanta. We have some great sponsors to thank, like DEPGraphics, jumping on board all season long. Great paint jobs over there, so be sure to go check them out. They will get to you as soon as they can, man. They have absolutely exploded with all their requests. Same thing with Track Bar Media. Be sure to look them up for some fancy photography and iRacing stuff and real life stuff. They do some great job over there, as well as AdminBoxx. Pick up your AdminBoxx here today, as well as SimGearCentral.com, TrackDogsRacing.com, and Davidson Builders. And I believe we also have the Numb Thumbs Game and Trucking community as well jumping on board as sponsors here this season. We thank each and every single one of you, as this being a free league, you know, that's what you kind of need. Or I don't know, we have free leagues in here. I don't know, it's hard to keep track of each and every single one of these things, but that's the only reason why these guys are able to run, is great sponsors like all of you. So we thank you guys so much, and it's been a absolute pleasure to have you on board. With that, we head on down to where are we headed tomorrow, English, because I have no idea what I'm doing here tonight.
You wouldn't catch me off guard like this. I don't know. I know we got cup racing going on. Numb Thumbs Gaming, Numb Thumbs Racing League, their cup series tomorrow night. I'm pulling it up right
Michigan.
now. There you go. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Michigan. That's always a good time. And it just so happens we have a two-time track champion in the broadcast booth with us, Mr. Adam Turner. So I know we're going to be getting some tips and tricks from him as we watch that race tomorrow night.
And that,
For sure. I don't know anything about the next gen at Michigan, but let's have some fun with it, guys.
Well, never mind then.
well, either way, man, we cannot wait until that great racing action we're going to see here tomorrow night. But until then, I'm Alan Brown. For my good friends Alan English and Adam Turner, we're signing off for tonight.
We gone.
See ya.